Hello, guys. I want to welcome you all back to the Journey with the Yankyeras. It's very exciting the kind of feedback that we've had after we released our last video regarding the DV lottery, the DV 2025 lottery. And today I'm excited to come your way again to bring to you all you need to know about the photo requirement. After we posted the other video, we've received so many calls, so many messages with people wanting to know what kind of requirements are when it comes to the photograph. And so I would strongly encourage you to watch to the end of this video because we are going to discuss all the requirements. I'm going to share with you some websites or resources that you can use online to create your own picture, as well as a free app that you can do it at the comfort of your phone. And so stay tuned and let us walk through all the photo requirements when it comes to submitting the DV 2025 lottery submission or entry. Thank you so much for all those that have been supporting us and subscribing to our channel. If you haven't subscribed, I would strongly encourage you to hit the subscribe button below and turn on the notification so that you'll be the first to be notified whenever our videos come out. I also encourage you to share um, our link and our videos to your family and friends and encourage them to subscribe so that we can grow our community. And so to begin with, the American, um, the Green Card Lottery, the first step is submission of the entry, right? There are over 10 steps. Um, that is not the focus of this video, but I just wanted you to know that the submission of the entry and the selection of the applicant is only the first step. And each year, more than half of the applicants are disqualified because their photo do not meet the requirements that are set forth by the Department of State. So you'll be asking, how can I submit a winning photo? Or what are the requirements? You must submit a photo which is in color and has been taken in a most recent time. So it has to be photo that is taken within the past 6 months. So if you entered the DV lottery last year and you are submitting a new entry this year and you are using the same photograph, it is automatic disqualification because the computer is the one that picks the or selects people that qualify on a random basis. So there is an algorithm behind the scene that give them a specification that hey, if this picture is recognized from the previous year, automatically disqualified. So make sure that your picture is current and it has to be taken within the last 6 months to reflect your current appearance, and it has to be taken behind a white background or an off-white background. And then when it comes to the size of the photo, or your size in the photo background, it has to be 1 inch, between 1 inch and 3/8 inches, or it must occupy 50% and 69% of the total height from the bottom of your chin to the top of your head, right? And so you must take the photo fully facing directly into the camera. So both your ears must show. There shouldn't be any obstruction in your face. There shouldn't be any kind of facial expression. Both of your eyes must be fully open. So they recommend that you take a neutral facial expression. So no laughing, no smiling, no giggling. Just a neutral facial expression depression. And no uniform is encouraged or required. If you are, um, you know, a nurse, a police personnel, a military firearm personnel, you are required or expected to take um, the photograph in the clothing that you wear on a normal basis. So it shouldn't be anything fancy, right? It shouldn't be anything fancy. And uniforms should not be worn except religious clothing that is worn daily. So I'm going to show you some examples of some of these religious clothing that are accepted. You do not have to wear any kind of hat or head covering that obscures your hair or your hairline unless this is also worn daily for religious purposes. Also, if there is anything that is covering your face, you must ensure that your full face should be visible and the head covering shouldn't cast any kind of shadows on your face. No headphones or wireless hand free devices, because that is kind of like the norm or the day where people have their hands free devices in their ears. That is not acceptable. So nothing like that. Eyeglasses are no longer acceptable. Regardless whether it's for for fashion lifestyle, whether it's for medical reasons, it is not acceptable. It is not acceptable. So, no wearing of glasses. And if you are wearing any hearing device or similar articles, they might be worn in your photo, but I'll strongly encourage you that you don't complicate yourself, because taking off your glasses or taking off your hearing aid just for a couple of minutes to take a photo should not create any problems for you. So, as I said, the picture must be taken within the last 6 months. It has to be in color, not overexposed or underexposed. It has to be, the natural color, a white background, no kind of selfies allowed, no form of filters or retouching whatsoever allowed. And if you have a baby, you have a kid, you know that kids are very difficult to handle. So, pro tip, right? Pro tip for if you have a child or um, uh, if you have a baby, right? You can put your baby or your child on a white background. Can put it on a white background. Um, no pacifiers in the mouth, no kind of ornaments or anything of that sort, and just take the picture. Or if you have a car seat, you can cover the car seat with a white background or cloth. Just let your baby lay in there and have your photographer take the picture. I mean, they do know that kids or babies are very difficult to handle, and so they are not going to make the requirements as strict as it is for adults. And here in a little bit, I'm going to show you some of the specific, examples of the pictures that can be acceptable and the ones that are not acceptable. So the size of your picture must be 600 pixels by 600 pixels. That is if you are putting a digital image. And obviously, it's only a digital image that is going to be acceptable. Or if you are going to use what we call the paper photo head size, then it has to be 2 inches by 2 inches. But you need to go ahead and scan that as well. And so I'm sharing my screen here, and as you can see, this is what I'm talking about. It has to be in a square form, 600 pixels by 600 pixels. And from the chin of your face to the head, it needs to cover 50 to 60%, or it has to be between 1 and 1/8 inches to 1 and 3/8 inches. So you need to make sure that your photo is fully aligned, 600 pixels by 600 pixels. The maximum acceptable dimensions are 1200 pixels by 1200 pixels. So here's an example of pictures that are acceptable, and you can see that the head is covering or the body is covering up to 50 to 69% of the or of the entire image, right? And there is a cool photo tool on the Department of State website that allows you to check whether your photo meets the requirement. But mind you, all that this does is to crop your picture to meet the 600 by 600 pixels. So you're going to choose your photo, you upload it, and it's going to crop it for you. So whether the background is white, is off-white, or is in any different background, it's not going to tell you that it's not acceptable. So know that this tool here, which is officially provided by Department of State, it is only used to crop the picture to meet the 600 pixels by 600 pixels. So if you look on the right, you can see that all these examples are acceptable. You can, if you're Muslim, if you're Catholic, and you wear a hijab or any kind of veil, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. So when it comes to the size and position, you have to be centered in the frame. No tilting of your head, no moving. If you look at this, you can see that it's not centered. The head is not taking 50 to 69% of the whole frame. And I'm going to show you some links that you can use if you have a photo like this that can help you to center the picture right. But make sure that you are fully facing directly into the camera. Both your ears might be showing, and you have to be centered in the frame. When it comes to the pose and expression, has to be a neutral expression, no kind of giggling, no kind of laughing or smiling or with your head tilted backwards. That is not acceptable. And no glasses allowed. I believe in the past it was allowed, but as of November 2016, no glasses allowed. So if you wear glasses like me, it is not allowed. If you have contact lenses, you can use that instead. And here, when it comes to wearing of attires or hats or your hair, there shouldn't be any kind of obstruction on your face. So if you look at these four examples, you can clearly see that the first one is the one that is acceptable. There shouldn't be any kind of shadows or lightning in the background. So these pictures to the right, you can see that they have been overexposed. But the very first one at the top left is obviously the one that is acceptable, and the one to the bottom left, you can see that there are some shadows behind it. Your background, as I said, must be a plain white background or an off-white background. There should not be any kind of images or any kind of cool scenery behind you. And as far as the resolution and quality are concerned, it should be picture perfect. 600 pixels by 600 pixels, and then 300 dpi by 300 dpi. Like I said, if you have a child, here are some cool tips. I say, these are free tips that you can use. This, you see the baby is clearly laying down or probably sitting in a car seat, and they have the white background, which is, of course, acceptable. No kind of pacifiers, no kind of, multicolored backgrounds. There shouldn't be any facial obstruction or anything that is obstructing your face, whether it's your hair. So if you have your nice Brazilian hair on or you have a dread, just make sure that it is properly tied up that your face can be visibly shown. So, guys, I don't want you to take these photo requirements lightly because, as I stated earlier on, more than 50% of the entries are rejected because their photo does not meet the requirement. So I'm glad you have stayed on to this point. If you haven't subscribed, I would strongly encourage you to subscribe. Next, we want to move into transition. I want to share with you some apps that you can use or some links that you can use. A couple of them you have to pay for, but there is this app that you can use on your phone that is absolutely free. So the very first um, link or website, I'm going to put the link in the description box below. It is makepassportphoto.com. It costs $2.99 to make your digital photos. So if you are just one, you can obviously afford, but if you're a family of five and above, or even three, you can see that it's going to add up. And so they can take any picture whatsoever and they can make it meet the requirement for the DV25 lottery. The next website that I'm going to share with you is the visaphoto.com. And I've seen so many people using it and it totally works for them. You select the country, the purpose for the picture, and this I believe costs $7. So if you have the money, you can use it. And you can see that this picture was taken um, in a background which is not a white or off-white, but picture perfect. They were able to make it perfect. That you saw that there are no kind of Photoshop. It was just picture perfect. And the last app that I want to transition to share with you is an app. On the App Store. So this is only available for Apple users. This is only available for Apple users. It is not available on Android. It is called Passport Photo and ID Maker. There are other apps that mimic this app, but I just want you to take notice of the logo and the name as it appears in the App Store. So what this does is, it's very cool. You can replace the app, but the free version, what it does is you need to, once you have the app downloaded on your phone, you choose the ID. You first choose the country. So based on the country that you downloaded the app from, you might be shown a different country, but you select the United States and you go to the second option, which says diversity visa lottery. It will ask for you to upload or take the photo. You go ahead and take the photo behind the white background or an off-white background. And the next option is that you are going to have the option to um, resize the image to ensure that your face is covering the 50 to 69% of the entire image. And as you can see here, it's very simple and easy to type because some of the pictures that I've seen, it was taken by a professional photographer. However, when it comes to the edit, you can see that the head is a little bit downwards up onto this side, and that would automatically disqualify you. So you need to make sure that your head is centered 50 to 69%. And once you are done, you don't need to worry about the clothes and whatever you are wearing should be fine. Once you are done, you hit the done button here and you have the option to either save or email the picture to yourself or to a friend or a family member that is helping you to submit your entry for the DV 2025 lottery program. So this is an app that is totally free. If you want to pay for it, you can upgrade and utilize some of the other features. But so far, I've been using it and it's totally free. I don't have to pay for it. Like all these options from the number two downwards is not something that you need. You only need the very first one, which is the 2 inches by 2 inches. And this app, it is perfect. What? Because not only does it resize it to the 600 pixels by 600 pixels, but it also ensures that it meets the resolution quality, which is 300 dpi by 300 dpi, guys. So this is all that I have for you guys today. I will strongly encourage you to, you know, strongly encourage you to take advantage of these resources that I've given you. It is absolutely free. um, you don't have to worry about it. Some of them you have to pay for it. Don't worry if you don't have the money to pay for it. If you know someone that uses an Apple phone, an iPhone, you can definitely reach out to that person to help you out. You can take the picture from the comfort of your home. Just make sure that you have that white background. And I'm going to put all the links in the comment section below. And also, until we come your way again next time, we encourage you to subscribe and stay tuned for more interactive and educational videos concerning the DV 2025 program. Hopefully, over the weekend, if I have a lot of people that are interested, we can go live and I'll show you how to apply and answer all the questions. How to apply and answer all the questions, the step by step. It is very easy. You can do it yourself within 30 minutes. I encourage you to do it yourself. Don't pay any agent. If you haven't watched a video on the all the tips and gist on how to become a winning candidate, I'm going to put the link up here, and I will encourage you to watch the video. Thank you very much for joining the journey with the Yankyeras, and it is our hope that come next year, God is going to make a way for you and other people that you are counting on when it comes to the DV 2025 lottery. Thank you and stay blessed.